Hey blog buddies, how you doing? Time for another video blog, and I hope you enjoyed the last one on how Aussie speak. It was just a sort of light look at the Aussie language. If you haven't seen it yet, check out my YouTube channel, it's still on there. Today I wanted to talk about something a little bit more important to me, I guess. I wanted to talk to you about the 3 things that I've learned in my life that have sort of had the biggest influence on how I look at the world and how I look at other people. A lot of people ask me, how do you be so positive all the time? How do you think positively all the time the way that you do? And, the best thing I can sort of say is that it takes a lot of practice. You have to train yourself. I don't just wake up every morning and go, I'm going to be super positive today. I have my good days and my bad days. And so I've learned things along the way. And the first thing that I've learned is that it's okay if people don't like you. You think about it, if you go out and you go and socialise and you meet people, you don't necessarily like or you don't necessarily want to be friends with everyone you meet. And it might just be that you don't have a common interest, it might be that you don't click, that the conversation doesn't work. It's nothing really personal, you don't hate them or think they're fat or think they're ugly or think they're horrible people. You just don't necessarily connect. And so it only makes sense that people will feel the same way back. And so when I go out now, when I meet people, if they don't like me or if people read the blog and they don't like me, then it doesn't bother me anymore. I've stopped kind of worrying so much about trying to impress people and trying to befriend people who, are really not interested in making a connection anyway. And the same goes for, picking up and dating and things like that. I don't want to have a relationship with every single person I meet. And so it makes sense that it goes the other way as well. And it's not that people just hate me or think I'm ugly, it's just that I'm not what they're looking for. And so that, to me, has been one of the biggest things that I've learned to kind of accept. And it's taken a lot of the stress and a lot of the angst out of my life about being accepted by people, and it's allowed me to really kind of grow into my own skin and be who I want to be, and the people who like me, and the people who don't, and that's okay. The second thing that I've learned that's really been important in my life is the power of positive thinking. And it's not something that's easy, it's not something that sort of comes naturally. You have to exercise it, it's like a muscle. So positive thinking, is about being consciously aware of the times when you feel really crap and consciously seeking out ways to see the silver lining, to think positively about the situation. And that takes practice and it takes time. But it gets easier and easier and easier until eventually it's much easier to see the lighter, more positive side of things than it is to see the negative side of things. That's what I've found for me anyway. That's been one of the things that has really helped me. And now I recognise really quickly when I'm being negative and when I'm getting into that sort of spiral down and down and down, and I can stop that and I can work on getting out of that. And that's been a huge help in my life. And the third thing that I guess I've learned is that positive thought is not enough. You can't just sit at home on your couch and think good thoughts. Positive thought has to be backed up by positive action. You have to consciously go out and, in a positive way, in a proactive way, act on the things that you want. It's not enough to just hope that you'll get that job and think positively about getting that job. You have to actually do what you need to do. You have to put yourself out there. You have to be aggressive. You have to go for it. That's really important. And then, if it doesn't work out, you come back to lesson 1. Well, not everybody has to like me. Not everybody has to give me a job. But lesson 2, the right job will be out there. Then, lesson 3, I'm going to go for it. I'm going to keep going. And those 3 things working together in a big circle have really made such a difference to me and the way I live my life and the way I look at the world and the way I interact with other people as well. So that's it. They're the three things that have had probably the greatest influence on my life. The three lessons I've learned that have had the greatest influence on my life. And I wanted to share them with you, and I hope that you get something out of it. I'm sure that everyone is different, and there are probably things that you've learnt which have changed your life as well, little revelations that you've had. And so much of it seems like common sense. These are not, you know, really cosmic, awe-inspiring things to learn. These to me seem like things that kind of I should have known anyway. But, you know, we all get tied up in our day-to-day lives and we miss out on those things. The key is to actually be aware and be learning those lessons and be aware of what's happening to us. Anyway guys, that's it for me today. Happiness, peace and abundance and infinite love to all of you, and I will see you again for another talkie blog, same time next week. Okay, cheers guys, bye.